Welcome to the Love Below, you guys. We kicking it with this Corona Chronicles. I have with me Joe Hill. Hey,
What's
Joe.
going on, T? We rocking with the Love Below, baby.
What? Joe Hill just put out that new album.
Yes, I did. I appreciate it.
Boy, let's talk about it.
Talk about it. I mean, the timing was perfect. I think with everything going on, I had originally had an hour special planned called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck for March 27th. But when Dangerfields and the clubs closed, I was just like, damn. 2 weeks ago, I said, what can I put out? Something to keep folks laughing, be positive. So I said, let me go ahead and cook up a mixtape. So that's that. And the Michael Jackson was priceless. You see the cover. And
yes.
It's like, really?
Yes.
We gonna do that?
Yes. That was it's good. I had already started listening to it. I'm a new fan. I have come to meet so many more comedians during this coronavirus because not everybody, you know what I mean, is so more visible. I feel like you're more visible now through social media. So I'm a new fan. I'm a new fan, but you had me dying. Yeah, you had me dying laughing. So we're going to get right into it. Get into it. This coronavirus has affected people on so many different levels. And of course, sex and comedy, I feel like are two of the biggest things that, have taken a hit. Do you feel like you've taken a hit during the virus?
I mean, as of right now, yes. Being quarantined in my apartment and not being able to get any physical contact, as you can imagine, it keeps us away from it. But I think that's a good thing. I'm not trying to catch nothing or get sick. So I'll be all right to wait till this just blows over.
Has sex changed, say, in your levels of priority since you've been on quarantine? Has the importance of it or the value, has it changed?
I don't think it's changed for me, but I can see how a lot of people it has, being that you're not getting it or you may not have it in the house during this time. So I think it's definitely humbling your shit right now, to be honest. Humbling your libido, as I should say, So yeah, I mean, for me, nah, it hasn't. I mean, I've always seen it as a healthy activity. Sex is very healthy. So I think that you got to figure out another exercise during these times, Get outside. Run a little bit,
It's gonna be men running around out here with that right hand strong.
Listen, tan up on her. Just broke the server down. Come on. I can't even search for the free shit right now, y'all. Come on.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think that, when people who really don't dive into themselves sexually, and I mean to say, like, whatever it is you're really into, when you don't really get that on the norm and you don't seek that, I think now, once this is over, people are going to go full steam. So I've had Kevin Tate on. He's a good friend, and he always says you don't know that person until you know their porn history. You got to see they search to see what they really like. So if they always searching midgets, but they ain't never fucking midgets, you ain't gonna win. It's hilarious.
That's a good point.
It's right, but it's very true. So now that people have this time, to kind of really dive in to what they really want, and they're getting it at their whim because you have it through the porn social sites, this and the third. I think once people get out the house, like if you like Latina fat ass under 5 feet with a peg leg, goddamn, that's what you go like. I'm gonna go get that.
Let me give me a glazed BBW right now. Let's do this right now. I'm ready, baby. No, you're right though. You're right. Whatever you like, once this is over, you're gonna be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go this way. So that's I can see that happening.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of changes. So, what's most important about sex to you?
I think I'm older now. I mean, technically, I'll be 35, so I'm still a baby in the realm of it. But I'm older in my adulthood as a man now, and I think it's the little things. I think it's the foreplay. I think it's what leads up before. I think when I was younger, it was just, come on, take your clothes off. Let's do this shit. Let's get it popping. And I think now it's like a car. You gotta first start the car a little bit, warm the engine up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the air, the heat, and the AC is working. Hey. And I think once you get that chemistry and energy flowing, it's even easier from there. It's easier to get to that, that level.
And if you do it right, all you gotta do is hit that remote start. That's a
Let me
phone
tell you
call.
something. And I realized something with watching porn. When I was younger, I used to be like trying to take notes, right? Because I figured if I watch it, I could learn the moves. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm like, okay, I see how he did that. She screamed a little loud on that. I think I'm gonna try that. So I think it's a good art form to watch and study at the same time too. You know, watching porn and using it in your repertoire in the bedroom and shit like that. So
let's get into this real quick though. With porn, when you're young, you're growing up, you're watching porn. The people, the kid watching, the teenager watching, whatever the case may be, we don't think about the fact that this is scripted, that people taking breaks, that there's a buffer in the background, that there's, you know what I mean? Like we don't take into consideration that this is fake for real.
This was 4 parts.
Right, like this is fake for real. But now you have the amateurs, the POVs, where you know it's real, when you know that what they doing is getting this reaction. Do you find you learn more from the scripted porn or the amateurs, the regular, the novice, or the POV type people?
Right. I know. I mean, when I watched it in my younger days versus now, it was a little kind of fake scripted. You like, they really acting this shit out. Like he's a cop trying to arrest her and he about to fuck. This is cool. Like it's like a movie. But I think now that we older, we like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. But I think the amateur stuff is more organic versus the props and all the shit. I think just the homemade amateur videos, I think it gives us more of a perspective of how it is, you know, how it really is. Because, you know, we ain't going 5 hours in the bedroom like they doing in the movies. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't going 5 hours in the bedroom.
They damn sure ain't.
They sure ain't. Yeah. I used to want to direct porn. Like that was my dream job in my 20s, because I felt like I didn't see what I wanted to see in porn, and how else to do that other than to be the person behind the scenes saying this is how it should be. So that, look, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna let that go though, okay? But
well, listen, for what it's worth, I was like, I don't know if they fucking on TV, they getting paid for it. I think this might be a career I may be interested in. So at about 18, I was like, you know what?
I
was like, nah, I'm good.
I would never want to be in front of the camera, but definitely behind it. Like, I want to see a certain amount of wetness on a woman. I don't think every dude got to be a foot long, because reality is every dude ain't a foot long.
Come on now.
Like, it's just, you know. But that's just me, my brainchild.
Listen,
like, I used to sit and really feel like if it was fake or if it wasn't right, I used to always think of how I could make it better, to the point that I stopped watching porn for the enjoyment. I started watching porn to critique it.
Get the hell out of here.
You
over there taking notes?
I did.
Like, you need a little more oil on that thigh.
That's how I knew, like, yo, this could have really been, that's probably one of my passion, one of my callings that I never ventured down that road.
Like you said, it ain't over.
But
I
think I could direct an awesome porn.
I think you should do it. Well, listen, with all this time we got on our hand, I'm pretty sure you could get some actors that would definitely want to volunteer.
I don't know about none of these coronavirus porns. Yeah, but do you know it's about to be a whole nother level of porns with people with gloves and masks on? And do you know somebody is going to be into it? It's going to become a new fetish.
Yes. I seen somebody posted a video on like Pornhub, and it was like, they got their first coronavirus actresses and actors up there with the suits on. I said, really? This is what we doing? Really?
Oh, yes. Shit. It has come to that. It has come to that. They're coming in with the antibacterial, but it's really lube.
It's a lot, right?
Oh, somebody gonna steal my idea.
You're like, really?
It's really lube.
I thought of that.
What? Word. So, what would be your best piece of sex advice?
Best sex advice. Be yourself. Don't try to go in, trying to be Mr. Marcus or Jack Napier, all of these dudes you see on the. Be yourself. Stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much. Oh man, my fault. I got you. I'm back.
It's okay.
I mean. I think just naturally, just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to go in there and do all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? If you good for 20 minutes, then just go for 20. Don't be trying to hang it up there for an hour. They don't want all that. Be yourself. Take the time out also. So you know what? This is actually advice. Make sure the woman gets off first. I think we got to make sure. I think as men, I think it's easier for us. You know, it's a little easier for us anyway. We need a couple right pumps and it's over.
Right.
And I think if we go into that with that mindset, like, let me take care of her first and then we good. And then it's even easier. I think we got to get back to that. Because a lot of dudes just out here, you know, they got these women talking about them. Like, you know, girl, he fucked me in 5 minutes. You know that, and got out of here. So that's the last thing we need. You know, that's the last thing we need for the men right now.
Well, I could tell you that, one, I concur. But
okay.
As a woman, I think that when we come or we have our orgasm or whatever you want to call it, one, it's different levels to that shit. So
it definitely
you
is.
might say come. In my mind, nah, nigga, I need a full-on orgasm. Fuck, I can come about 10, 12 times, but this orgasm...
You might need a squirt action.
I need all of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not to say that... oh, Jesus, I forgot where I was going with it. Lord help me.
That's that squirt. As soon as that says squirt, threw the whole brain off. Rewire this. But that squirt...
I thought about the last time. I was like, oh...
Listen... That squirting shit is different because when I first experienced that coming up as a growing adult, I was like, did she just pee on me? Mm-hmm. And then it was like, nah, I didn't. But that's a good thing if you got that action. If you got that squirting action, you know you in the right direction. Keep going.
Hey, because it's a different spot you're hitting.
Exactly.
It is past the G spot actually, and it's called the C spot. But yeah, it works.
It works. You heard it first. It works.
It works. It doesn't work on all women, though. You know what I mean? That is something that not every woman is capable of. A lot of women don't even have orgasms anyway. But when you say that, you know, the woman should come first, I think my point was going to be that a lot of men don't know whether or not the woman came or not anyway. So sometimes it's because women are out here faking it.
Okay.
But sometimes I'm not going to say that the man is selfish or anything, but I'm going to say that maybe they just really don't know how to recognize it. Maybe they ain't never for real been making women have major orgasms, so they don't even know the difference to even see that there's something else there.
Right.
I've had sex with someone before who really thought that I left satisfied, but I was not. He came twice. And he just like nothing happened on my end. Like, granted, I went through the process and I was wet and everything else. He was pleased, but at the end of the day, like, I really wasn't. But he didn't even recognize that what I was experiencing or what I was doing, my responses did not equal me comment. So, you know how some men do that post game commentary. They want to talk to you. They want to give you a goddamn quiz.
I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
Did you communicate with him like, hey, check this out. I seen you did your thing. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't get my thing. So what was that conversation like? And how did he take that?
So he asked me, of course, you good, and I'm like, nah, I'm not. Like, this is right there. If you could just finish the job and do these, a couple of extra things for me, that'd be
there. There you
go. And he said, well, I know you came about 6-7 times. No, I didn't. Who told you that? Like, first off, this vice grip is just my natural reaction. Okay, a lot of women, we put that grip on
the vice grip.
Right? Vice grip. Like that's what my body naturally does. That wasn't what you thought it was. For any other woman, he's like, any other time I felt that's what it was. Hey, did you ask them the same line of questioning, or maybe they not gonna tell you the truth? I know me. I know my body well enough to know. Nah, it was good. It was okay, it was good sex, but it just didn't yield what I want.
Take you there.
Nah. So when I told him, hey, this is the extra that I need, and he did that extra, and he saw the residual, he was like, oh. Now, mind you, this man is over 50. So, for a long time, he didn't know. And I'm like, hey, you gonna learn today, goddamn.
So wait. So, I mean, I think part of it, too, is, and I think it takes the right woman, actually, to walk you through the steps. Like, taking the time, like communicating as we doing it. We having sex. Like, I think it's okay for women to communicate, like, right there. Because we thinking we good, like you said. I'm sure there's other men that be like, I'm tearing this up. She gripping on my back. But I think the coaching is still needed. You know what I'm saying? I think that, and then once we get the game plan, like, oh, this is how she want me to drive the route, then you don't need the coaching no more. So I think it's definitely, it takes a good woman to break down the play. Like, listen, you lay the ball up with your left hand. Don't do it this way. You know what I'm saying? Put your lip on this side. You know what I'm saying? So the coaching, I feel, is what helps us, because we want to be the best player we could be. You know what I'm saying? We want to be down there. We want to be down there having y'all screaming. And I think it's like, she ain't screaming. Am I doing something wrong? Is it, you know what I'm saying? So I think we go into that defense mode, like, she gotta be good. You know what I'm saying? She would grab me too hard. But I think the coaching is key.
You know what? Too, with the coaching, not every woman can be pleased in the same way. You know, and not every man can either. Like, you know, I need this shit on the shirt. You guys always hear me say, you can't suck every dick the same. You can't eat every pussy the same. It just doesn't work that way. And that mindset of, well, I got it. I know I'm good. This is my technique. Now, you know, I got bitches doing that. It sound good. It sound good. But if you don't learn my body, what fucking difference does it make? However many people you think you conquered, you haven't learned my body. And you can't do me the same way you did this person.
That's 100% right.
Especially going from a long-term relationship to then you're single. Because when you're in a long-term relationship and you've been with the same person for years and years and years, you get very conditioned to how they like it. And so trying to switch those gears and learn with a new person can be difficult. But one, you got to be willing. Some people don't want to hear that. Some people don't want to hear that they're not pleasing. You know what I mean? They don't want to, and they can't accept it because this is my track record. Nigga, fuck your track record, because this is some garbage.
Some people listen, that'll damage a brother's career right there. I think, but the right man will be like, all right, that's the challenge. I accept the challenge now. Wait till tomorrow night though. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get your ass. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. So, you are in New York?
Yes, I am. I am in New York City, out of Harlem.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, the comedy scene, is there like, I guess my question is there a general, I'm trying to think of the best way to ask this. I'm going to have to edit the hell out of this. Is there a general feel or maybe emotional among the comedians up there? Like, do you feel like people are hurting right now, comedy wise? People are grinding. People are learning more about themselves. I guess, let me dial this back. My question is more so this: do you think that the coronavirus has hindered or helped the comedic growth?
I'm gonna start with for the comedians that think it hasn't. You know, those are the ones that are like, oh man, I missed this. You know, I don't know what to do. I haven't told jokes. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just gonna start over. I hear that. I see those type of comedians. Those are the ones that's hurting. And then I see comedians like myself that taking this time actually to work on everything outside of the stage. You know, like, you may not need the stage right now, but what about your website? Do you even have one? Do you have merch? Do you have a comedy album out that you could probably put out and maybe fit that in while people are still home? You could still be listened to. So I think it's just the perspective of the comedian, but I think generally there's a lot of comedians still trying to grind, stay sharp, go on the lives, you know, just jump on digital platforms because you want to stay relevant at the same time, and you want to feel, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's an interview like this, you want to feel that sense of like, okay, I'm still doing something, because the serious part is we don't even know what this is going to look like when it's over. So we could sit here and try to plan, I'm going to do a show in July or November. you don't know what it's going to look like. And you don't know if people going to want to come out right away. You know, people going to be elbow to elbow. What's up, player? You know what I'm saying? So, like, this has forced us to learn a new aspect of the comedy grind digitally and visually. It has allowed, if you're really looking at it, it's a great opportunity for you to work on your digital game and your content and things like that. So I think it just depends on who you ask. But for me, I think it's a fair amount even. 50-50 if people are like making excuses, oh, I'm hurting out here, because I get it. That's probably your only livelihood. But myself, I'm an educator. So I work in the Board of Education. So I have that backing to fall back on in the event, even if. But again, schools is closed. Now I got more time on my hand, you know? So I just think it's how you view it and the mentality for it. But I think there's always room to keep working and work and grow as a comedian, even through all this, you know?
Most definitely. Most definitely. So for everybody who does not know how to follow you, make sure you put up your social media for me, sir.
Yes. My social media is actually, and everywhere on social media, is This Is Joe Hill. I have an awesome website. Is spelled the same. thisisjoehill.com. And my comedy mixtape is out. Get some laughs, share it, like it. And yeah, looking forward to what's the future to come in all this comedy, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with the love below. I do appreciate it.
Yes, appreciate the love below. I'm going to shout you out.
You better.